Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic, Volume 10, Episode 2, where we are solving your puzzles. There is a form you'll find in the description below if you would like to submit your own puzzles for us to solve in future episodes, but today we have got a Sudoku variant. I anticipate that because of the type of puzzle it is, this will be a longer video. You'll know before I do right now whether the runtime is longer, but I am hoping it will still be an approachable one, even if a bit longer, and that you will enjoy it along with me. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the rules. In Diagon Alleys, normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and region. So, in this particular example, we're only doing a 4x4 Sudoku, so the digits go 1 through 4, but we'll still illustrate that. That we see all the digits 1 through 4 in every row, every column, every region, which are the bold outlines, and there are no repeats. Cells joined by diagonal lines have identical numbers. So these little lines that are given in the puzzle are telling us that the two numbers that they connect are going to be identical. And there is a negative constraint. All possible diagonal lines are given. So because there is no diagonal line between, say, these two cells, we know that these two must be different numbers. Those are the rules of Diagon Alleys, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's puzzle was set by viewer Adam Sequoyah. We have a lower number of digits than we would see in a classic Sudoku in terms of given digits. That's not surprising given the extra constraint. So I'm going to start by scanning to see if there are any of these numbers that are overrepresented, and we can use pencil marks to help. I don't see those right off the bat. I think I'm going to start by doing some coloring, and I am going to pick, I don't know, red, and say highlight that these three are the same, and think about where okay, so those three are going to be one of these three, for example. Let's see, I bet I can take a set like this. This is not Penpa isn't quite as nice as Sudoku pad in terms of the solving. Okay, what numbers does this see? They see 9, 8, 7, 2. Ooh, not nearly as many as I had hoped. That's maybe not a great one. What about these? I know that this is a different, a different number, whatever that is. And this yellow number can't be a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's pretty good. So let's mark those as 1, 2. Those are from 1, 2, 3. That are those the only? Those are the only threes that we are given. Because this is so much less restrained. Oh, it can't be a 1 either. Okay, 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's not that bad. 3, 4, 5, 6 is what those are from. Okay. So 7, 8, 9 are not these numbers. These, okay. These can't be 7, 8, or 9. Nor can they be red or yellow. So they are a new color. They are a new color. Let's mark those. Mark that color, I guess. Yeah, deciding on a notation is really gonna be the thing. I feel like we're going to get to a point where we've colored everything, and we're gonna need to assign those colors to... Okay, here's something. Red and purple both have to go down here. If they were these two, does that do anything? Red and purple can't be in this row anywhere. So red and purple have to go down here. This can't be red. 8 can't be red. 6 could be red. Yeah. Okay. Where do I go from here? I just want to narrow one of these down a little bit further, and then I think I'll be able to do a lot. So, is 5 a problem in either of these? I mean, not obviously. Not at all obvious to me. And the negative constraint's going to be important, I'm sure, but I don't see quite how yet. Because none of these have... This is the only diagonal, and it sees that anyway. Just tells me that purple is not the same as yellow, which we would know anyway. This, okay, oops, undo. I forgot what tool I had. These, that's a new color. I guess maybe I'll just keep on doing this. New colors. These two see... Because the orange sees yellow, sees purple, sees red. Okay. These two see orange, yellow, purple, and red. So yet another new color. These two see all of the colors. Good. So that's a new color. And we only have 4 colors left. Wonder if we can assign them. So these two are going to be another unassigned color, because we've got 5 of them. Wait, how many colors? We have seen 6 colors. Oh, these don't see pink. This could be pink. So I can't mark those. Okay. So any of these 4 that see purple. This would see purple. This would see purple. Okay. So this can't be any of the colors that we've seen so far. It can't be yellow. It can't be red, yellow, pink, orange, purple because of that, or brown. So that's a new color. Exact same thing goes with these. That's also a new color. That leaves us with these two. One of these has to be pink. And the other, let's see, we need a purple in one of these 2 spots. So those are from purple and the new color. Yeah. And these are from pink and the new color. I mean, that feels productive, but none of these have, of course, crossed into a given. Do any of them share a diagonal with something where we can... I don't think so. They're too far apart. Okay. Do any of these colors that we added, are they constrained a lot by what they can see? 9, 1, 8, 7. I don't think so. Okay. These, can we say anything about the colors here? Purple is barely constrained. Not really. The fact that our colors are so in this on these columns that I may have picked the wrong place to start in order to use that strategy at all. Because when you do that kind of coloring, you kind of have to start with a baseline somewhere and kind of grow out from there. I chose here because of these 3-digit lines, thinking that those would be my break-in. Because there is a yellow somewhere here. And if I knew it was, say, one of these two, I could rule out 3 from all the yellows. That's the kind of thing that I'm hoping to be able to do. This blue can't be 3, 4, 5, 9. Oh. Silly. Okay. You can stop yelling now. This 8 is on a line. Okay. That's important. All right. That tells me 8 is none of these colors. 8 is either pink or it's one of these end colors. Okay. It would be great to know which, but I just don't. But 8 is in this box. Okay, in this box, 2 8s. See those columns? There's an 8 there, so there's an 8 there. 8 is forced into one of these 2 cells. 8. Okay, 8 is not... 8 could be pink, but no, it can't be pink. 8 can't be pink because pink sees an 8. Oh, that's big. Okay, so that's not pink. So this is getting exciting. So we'll take our pink and say that this is the pink one. And what haven't we used? We'll use light gray for the last color. The last color is 8, and that makes these last 2 have to be from purple and light gray. I may end up getting rid of all of these colors soon as we start getting actual numbers in here. But for now, okay, what else can we do with these 8s? So 8 and okay, 6. Not as revealing. Okay, 8 is almost everywhere. It's in one of these. Okay, so neither of these can be 8, so neither of these can be 8. This can't be an 8. So 8's in one of these 3. I don't love pencil marking 3 cells, but I'm going to do it on this one. Because that forces 8 in one of these 3. And it can't be that one for a couple reasons. Can't be this one because there's no line. So that's an 8. Once we have that, there's got to be an 8 in this row because of these 2. It can't be this one because it sees an 8. And it can't be this one because it would have a diagonal. So that's an 8. That puts an 8 down here, which takes 8 out of those 2, puts 8 there, takes it out of there, puts 8 there. We have done all the 8s, and I'm going to get rid of the... no, I'm going to keep the coloring. I'm going to keep the coloring for now until it gets too distracting. But I don't want to think, hey, that could be red or something like that until I've mined what I can out of these other colors. So that puts, speaking of colors, that puts purple down here to match up with those, which puts purple in one of these 3, puts purple in one of these 2. Let's see. Okay, well, that 8 thing was wonderful. So now I have to decide what comes next. 9s in this box. Okay, 9s. None of these can be 9. these two can't be 9, so these two can't be 9. So that's 9. 9, 9, 9. Fantastic number 9. That means that there's a 9 in one of these. It can't be that one because it would see this 9. So 9 is orange. And I am going to... Here's what I'm going to do with the colors. Once I have assigned a number to them, I am going to gray it out so we no longer think about colors for those cells. Those can't be colored. It can't be any of our other assigned colors. Good. So 9. Are there more 9s? There's a 9 that goes here because of those two columns. There's a 9 that goes in one of those two cells. There's a 9 that goes in one of those two cells, but not this one because of the diagonal. Lovely. Okay, so let's mark those. And gray those out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've done all the 9s, we've done all the 8s. Can we work down to... I mean, 7 is tempting, but there's only the one 7. What do we know about 7? We don't know anything about 7. Okay, what do we know? What do we know? 1 has to be in one of these 3 spots. Not this one. 1 is... Okay, let's do that one. Corner mark 1 in these 2 cells. Either it's yellow or it's this one. If it's that one, that makes it blue, green, or purple. None of which seem to be a problem up here. If... Okay, 1 is in one of these. It, again, could be purple, so that's not an issue. And 7... is in one of these 3. Not helpful, I don't think. 5, one of these 3, and it doesn't see any of that color that I can well, no, 5 sees pink, so 5 isn't pink. So that puts 5 in one of these 3. If it's... Do any of those cause problems? Red doesn't see the 5 in any way. Brown doesn't. If this were a 5, then we would need to have a 5 here in this box. But that's a contradiction because then this would also be a 5 and we have 2 5s. So 5 is not here. So 5 is in one of these 2. And, oops, 5. And then that forces 5 into one of these 2. So either all 3 of these are 5s, probably what happens, or it's these 2, which makes this tan. Which doesn't seem to be a contradiction, unfortunately. But that means that because one of these 2 is a 5, one of these 2 is a 5. Which, let's see, which puts 5 in one of these 3. Not great. 5 goes in one of these 3 as well. Not this one, because it would be diagonal adjacent to a 5. Again, don't love marking 3 cells, but needs must. 5 might not be the place to look. How about 2s? We got a couple 2s up here. So that puts a 2 in one of these 2 slots, but not this one, because it would see that 2. Okay, yeah, 2 is the place to go. I was just looking at high numbers. So 2 is pink. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we take these pink cells. Pink is dead to us. We're going to say that is gray now. Okay, so 2s. Are there any more things we can do with 2s? 2 has to be in this row, not here, not here. It's in one of these. Can't be here because of that. Can't be here because of that. So that's a 2. And then one of these two is a 2. And 2, 2. Oh, there's no longer a 2 possibility in the yellow. And these 2 block out all of these. So that's the 2. So that's the 2. Take out that corner mark. So these get grayified. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all the 2s. Good. All right. So what has that done? We have this region is pretty full. What's left? 1, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't really look like it's, and aside from this 5, this doesn't really see any of those numbers. That's probably not good. 3, let's see. This needs 5 digits. That's worse. This column needs 1, 5, 6, 7. I would get rid of the 7 here. Nope. Nope. We have 2 givens of anything else. The 2s were really nice. We could do... Oh, boy. We could do let's see, what's in this row left? 1, 3, 6, 7. I guess I'm at the point where I'm going to pencil mark cases where there are only 4 or fewer. 3 is really sweet spot, but I'm going to take 4. So what can we say about that? No 3 here. Not a 7 because of there. It's almost a king's move constraint, but not quite. 1, 3, 6. That makes this 1, 3, 6. That means something. In here, these are 1, 5, 6, 7. But again, they don't see any of those things. We're gonna have this puzzle has been really interesting. It's been little bursts of finding the one place where I can do something, and then a lot of things fall, and then kind of staring at it again. Okay. What can these be? It's 5 things, but I'm gonna do it. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm only gonna do it because of this green and this purple. And the purple can't be a 6. Is there other stuff it can't be? Oh, no. Ooh. I really wanted that to work. Because even if it's a 1 or a 3, we're still okay, because this can be... Yeah. That was wrong. I think I'm going to remove these, because that's just too many digits, too. That's going to get too confusing. So I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. Oh, wait, no. I'm not going to get rid of that, because the 3... comes across here. Oh, okay. So 3 comes out of there. That puts this 1, 4, 6, 7. And 3 comes out of these. one 6. I mean, that's good. 3 over here has to be one of these two. And that puts a 3 in one of these two. Purple. Yeah, it still could be. Because this is 1, 3, 4, or 7 by this one. And let's see if we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. so many possibilities down here. There's probably another negative constraint thing that I'm missing. That's what I'm looking for now. So, are there any places where the diagonal would be a big boon? I'm focused, of course, right here still because of all of these, but I do have these lines that I haven't done much with that might be illuminating. Where do we put 1? In these cells. It's not here. It's one of these 3. Pencil mark some 1s, I guess. So one of those is a 1. Over here, one of these 3 is a 1. And that was less illuminating than I hoped. Because 1 still could be yellow or blue or green or purple. Can I do more with these colors? Let's go back to the colors. I haven't thought about them in a while. The thing is, I don't have a great way of marking 2 things can be a color, which I mean, I could probably find a tool for that, but I don't have it at hand. So one of these 2 is purple. Brown is one of these 2. If it's this one, does that do anything? Not really. One of these 4 is brown. One of these 2 is brown. These are from brown and red. Those are the only things left. So this can't be a 1 because neither brown nor red is a 1. This is hard. That was a hard fought answer, but that's true. Is there anything more they can't? Neither one can be. Don't see it. This can't be a 7 from that one. So actually, the 7s are right here. I didn't notice that. So let's do a pencil mark of the 7s there, and therefore 7s here. And see if that gives us anything. I doubt it. Too many options. I felt like I was getting somewhere with this color. Oh yeah, colors. Okay, so these 2 reds, that makes this red. Good. Okay, we can do a little bit more coloring, and that's an important coloring because as soon as we know that's red, we know that 5 is red. So these all become 5s. We get rid of the 5s from these. We get rid of the 5 from here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get rid of the 5 from there. Yep. We say that 5 is now gray. We don't need that color anymore. Good. Are there any other 5s? Okay, so we got 5 here. We got 5s in these 3. I think that's all stuff we knew already. But we're narrowing down our color options a lot, because that one has to be brown. Okay. Which puts brown in one of these 2. What's else? We've got blue, purple. 5, 9, 2, 8. The same 4 grays. Those are gray. Those should be gray everywhere. So 1, 3. We got a yellow. One of these is yellow. This, let's see. One of these 2 is yellow. Yeah, probably if I were using a tool that allowed multiple colors, I could be doing a little bit better note-taking there. But I am going to see this through as I'm currently doing it, because I think it'd be too messy to switch at this point. 3, 4, 6 to match this 3, 4, 6. Both of those cases. 1, 3, 4, 7 for these. 1, 3, 4, 7. And we're getting close, ladies and gents. I think we must be. 4 is from any of those colors. There's probably, okay, let's think about negative constraint again. 5 is one of these 3. Okay, 5 is 5. Okay, 5 comes out of these. 5 is one of those. And can't be this one because of that cell. And can't be this one because that would bring a 5 down there. So 5 is one of these 2. And it's also one of these 2. Just because that 5 sees here, and we've placed those. So that takes 5 out of these 2 and gives us another 5. Okay, so that maybe, I was going to say surely, maybe has done something. These 2 have already, okay, so this doesn't have a corner 5 anymore. The 5s go in these 2 cells up here. Those 2 down there. That's a X-wingy sort of thing going on. So I think we're done with 5s, because these aren't going to give us more until we resolve 1. Then we'll resolve all of them, and the same thing with these 4. So we can ignore those. So 6 sees all of these. That puts 6 there, which is beautiful because that gives us another color. We're going to take 6s out of here. We're going to say that one of those has to be a 6. We're going to change some colors to say that 6 is gray now. That means that these blues are also grayed because we know what those are. Those are 1s. And then the yellows are 3s. And we have to put a 1 here because of our pencil mark. 3s, we take out the color as well. We're only left with 2 colors left. Purple must be 4s. It's falling apart now. Those must be 4s, and then that gives us 7s here. And our coloring is done. So I am going to get rid of all the colors. Okay, and we're going to finish off some Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 are left here. But this isn't a 6 because it would see that one. So that's a 4, that's a 6, that's a 4. This row, we need 5 and 7. think those are both still possible. This box needs 1, 5, and 7. This can't be a 7. This can't be a 5. No diagonal stuff going on there. This box, this is no longer 1 nor 7. This needs 3, 4, and 6. And 3 comes out of that. 4 and 6 both come out of that, so that is a 3. That's the 6. That's the 4. Those should resolve here. Yep, that's a 7. That's a 6. We have a 1 and a 5 left. Oops, didn't do what I expected. 5, okay. 1 and a 5 left there. This is 1, 5, and 6 left there. And this one's not a 5 because of that one. This is 1, 3, 7 in this row. 1, 3, 7. This is not a 3. So that is a 3. And this is a 1 or 7, but not a 7. So that's a 1, that's a 7. We can get rid of those pencil marks. The 1 comes over here. And then we've got a 1 coming down here, giving us a 5, 1. That should resolve our X-Wing. 5 up there. And 1 comes up here to a 6. 1, 5, 7. Normal. 5, 1, 5, 7, 1. 3 and 7 in this box. Don't know yet. 3 and 7. 3, 4, 7. That's a 3, or not a 3 because of that diagonal. Not a 4 because 4 is seeing it right there. So that's the 4, that's the 7, that's the 3. 7 comes up here, 7 sees there, 3 and a 7. That gives us a 3 right there. There's a 4 right there, and the last one is going to be a 6. And I think we have done it. So there might not be answer check. There is answer check. Okay, so have I made a mistake? We will do a quick check just to see whether answer check is just not triggering because I filled in something's an unusual mode or something like that, or if I have flubbed. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I think we are legal. Oh, we're not legal right here. Right there. Oh, did I do that recently? I hope I did that recently. Oh dear. How long ago did I do that? And what did I... right here. I said that had to be a 1. And then I put a 7 there. Shoot. Okay. Sorry about that, but easily fixed. Fortunately, that was not the hard part of the puzzle. That was just the end. I was going too fast. Oops. So this has to be a 1. That has to be a 1 as well. I almost did it again. And so 1 here. I think most of this is the same. 7, 5, 1, 7, 1, 6, 5. 1 comes out of here. 5, 1, 5. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. But 4 has to be here. So if these are 3 and 7, 3 can't be in this one. 3, 7, 7. 7 comes over here. 3 comes over here. 6 comes here. 3 and 4. All right, with that little misstep taken care of, and a longer solve than normal, but a fun one, that is how we solve Diagon Alleys.